Hi Cindy, I'm Heather Ann Hendrickson, a team leader and educational services representative with Us More in Books and More, and I'd love to share some books that I hope will help your daughter to learn to read and to do some different math skills with money and telling the time, that type of thing. I hope that we can find some things that will really help her to succeed. So here we go. Are you ready? So one of the first things I wanted to introduce you to is our Learning to Read set. This is called My First Reading Library, and this set actually has 50 books in it, and it has a QR code. It's going to give you some hints on how to use it, but these first ones are the ones I really wanted to share with you. These first ones are the way to actually teach reading. The rest are level 1 and level 2 readers, but these guys are going to be what we call a dual reader. It's going to take very simple sounds and work through the book, and each book gets progressively more challenging, so you are adding more sounds to it. So for instance, this is a 1. In this series, this is going to be a 3, and you're going to get different sounds, some different ways to go through. So the idea is for the adult to read, the caretaker to read the part that's not in bold. There's someone there, I'm sure of it. Sam, do stop barking. Sit, Sam, sit. And they can then sound that row out. What I like about these, they're very simple to start with. And then at the back, they're going to give a user's guide. They're going to help you to kind of be able to use it. And they're going to tell you the sounds that they're going to talk about. Now, before you get to that, however, you're going to have puzzles, and it's going to be checking comprehension as well. So these are a great way to go. And then, of course, once you're done that entire set and go up through 15, there's some that have multiples in there, you'll start on the regular level 1 readers. And the level 1 readers are just basic readers that are going to help give strength and give confidence to your reader. So we love that set here. In fact, we've used that quite a bit. A step up from that would be our phonics readers. Our phonics readers come as individuals. They come in a combined volume or multiple combined volumes, if you will, and they also come in a collection that you can get as well. So these are phenomenal. I love these. This happens to be Poodle Draws Doodles. It's a great rhyming story that you read through. Very simple illustrations, very fun to read. And then, of course, at the back, they're going to tell you a little bit about what you're reading in the story, the sounds that will come up. So those are fabulous. Or then you can actually do this one. This is one of the combined volumes. This is Unicorns and Uniforms. And in fact, Poodle Draws Doodles is in here. And this has 6 stories. This is $14.99, whereas this is $6.99. So it really depends on what kind of binding you want. This is hardback. There's multiple ones in there. The smaller ones are paperback. They are great, both great values for what they are. And then at the back of these, you're going to have some of those comprehension puzzles as well. So check these out. We really do like those as well. My son is actually in 2nd grade. He is now starting to utilize those. Now, you said you were interested in some math resources as well. I want you to check out our Wipe Clean series. This happens to be Wipe Clean Adding. We have subtracting. We have times tables. We also have telling the time, although I believe that one is out of stock right now. Very simply illustrated. It comes with a whiteboard marker. Any whiteboard marker will work. Ours are called Wipe Cleans, obviously. These are phenomenal books that give the child, or adult in this case, some practice on skills that they're learning. I like the early ones because they're going to give picture guidelines as well as picture sentences as well as number sentences. Now that is something that I highly recommend when teaching math. That's something that this series does as well. This is our Lift the Flap First Math. We also have Lift the Flap Numbers. If these are a little too young for her, the Lift the Flap, or easy for her, the Lift the Flap Adding and Subtracting is the next step up. These are very simple illustrations. Obviously, it's going to do your numbers, right? There's 3 eggs. But what's going to be interesting is it also does those number sentences with the pictures, okay? So 1 butterfly plus 1 butterfly is 2 butterflies, or they can do 1 plus 1 is 2. I love that this book goes up to 10, so it's not overwhelming. The flaps are easy to pull, although I always do suggest that parents go through and pull the flaps for their child first. And then I like the fact that it's going to have those interesting little puzzles, kind of higher thinking skills. So for instance, this is where you're at the market. So you're going to find and count each of these and then figure out what you're going to need to get to 10. So in fact, this is oranges, and there's 9 oranges. So 9 plus 1 is 10. So it's really going to give you a great little heads up. There are small games in these that are going to help you go through as well. So I love these books. The first Lift the Flap books, first math, numbers, and then of course the Lift the Flap adding and subtracting. That takes you through about 2nd grade, adding and subtracting. So that's something to consider. Something else to consider is our Key Skills Wipe Clean series. There are 4 books in this series. They come with 2 markers. My son obviously pulled off these markers, but this one is the beginning one. This is adding, same kind of idea as those wipe cleans that we were showing, but this just comes in a set. Gives you lots of practice in here. Subtracting also comes in the beginning set. This is spelling, and there's another one that is also in there on grammar. It's going to give you simple words and some practice. This is really where my son is now. We're talking past that, but we're talking about changing words to have some type of suffix. So this is the book that he's currently in. We also have an intermediate packet, and we also have an advanced packet. So check those out. So look for the wipe cleans. I wanted to also grab some fun books that might be along those lines. Did want to mention there's a money one here as well in the Wipe Clean series. I did want to mention some fun books like our Human Body book. This happens to be a series. We love this series at our house. This is called the Shinelight Series. And the idea is it's something very simple. A new person is waiting to be born. Can you see her? Can you see her when you hold it up to the light? Let's see. Do you see that? What's underneath there? There's a baby. You shine a flashlight behind it, and you'll see the other page through it. And then when you flip the page, you can say, here she is. The baby is growing in her mother's belly. She stays there for 9 months until she is ready to be born. This book happens to go through all of the places in your body, things that you would do. So your fingerprints, your lungs, your respiratory system. It's going to really talk through things. Taste buds, digestive system, nutrition in general, and you're going to get to see things on the underside of those pages when you shine that flashlight behind the page. So the human body is just one of 20 in this series, so check this series out. It's phenomenal. That's the Shinelight series. This is another series that I thought about when I was pulling books for her. This has high picture-to-text ratio. These are beginners nonfiction. These are perfect kindergarten through 3rd grade. They are phenomenal nonfiction books. So this is going to be, you can find these in almost any topic that you want. We have history and science. We have just some really fun ones. We absolutely love these in our house. My son grabs these all the time. But these are something that you can read to her, as well as being able to help her work through them as she gets a basis for reading. So these are written at about a 1st to 2nd grade reading level, although 3rd graders are sometimes challenged, depends on how they are. So that might help there. Last but not least, I did want to mention Life Size. This is one of my favorites, and I've read this actually at a couple of different events that I've done, and I've had adults and children alike absolutely floored by this, and so I was thinking that she may actually really enjoy this one. If she likes animals, this is definitely a book to get. These are actually life-size images of the animals, and you get to interact with them. So you get to give a polar bear a high five and compare your hand to that polar bear. This is one of those books, and it gives you some nonfiction information on those polar bears then next. This is one of those books that really gets you the ability to engage with something that you wouldn't normally engage with. For instance, this is a giant squid, and it tells you a little bit about a giant squid, but it shows you how big that giant squid is. Or how about a giraffe tongue? This one is fabulous to show because this is the life size of a giraffe's tongue. So these are fabulous books to have on hand for anything, and they're so much fun. You're going to see so many picture books and chapter books that would be great read alouds as well. Tonight in the party, if you can't make it, that's okay. I know you're working. That's okay. Let me know kind of what area you want to see. Go into the party, peek around, see what's there, make a wish list from that party, those party posts even after the fact, and we will chat about those books. See you soon.